So you've decided to buy a motorcycle. It's a pretty big deal. What you might not know is what to look for in a new motorcycle. Don't worry, that's what we're here for. Let's run down the top 7 things to think about when buying a new motorcycle. It's true that some motorcycles do get better gas mileage than cars, and that they're often cheaper to buy. The fact is, the cost of the bike ownership goes way beyond the MSRP and price at the pump. First off, let me tell you why buying a new one is better than a used one. Straight up. There's a number of trade-offs associated with both new and used bikes, and there's no single right choice. The choice is completely individual and depends on personal preference. New bikes come with the comfort of reliability and warranty, though you'll pay a premium price for those. Used bikes are great for beginners because there's usually less worry about damaging something that's not already in perfect shape. They're also often better values since they've already depreciated, though they might not be as reliable as new bikes, and cost more money in the long run. I'd recommend weighing the pros and cons of both, keeping in mind how long you want the bike to run without any trouble. Next, let's look at the types of bikes. So many different types of bikes, it's crazy. Are you looking to race your bike on the track or hills over the weekend? Or are you looking for a cruiser that you can ride with a friend or passenger on the daily? Searching for the perfect commuter weekend hybrid motorcycle? Well, we've got those too. Before buying, think about how you'd like to use the motorcycle. We'll be covering the specifics on different types of motorcycles in another video, but quickly look at this picture and see which one you can picture yourself on. The most important thing to think about is, how much will you use it, and how? Number 5 is something that people don't really think about that much, and that's insurance. Insurance is a big thing that people really overlook when considering buying a new motorcycle. The more dangerous the motorcycle, the more risk you put yourself in and the ones around you, the more the insurance is gonna be. If you're over 25 and have a spotless driving record, you can get pretty decent rate on insurance, probably under $500 a year. Unfortunately, there's a lot more involved than simply your age and driving record. The population density of where you are, the theft rate of the bike model, whether Christmas falls on a Tuesday, all of these and more. When it comes to insurance, it's a Thunderdome. Shop around, obviously, but just know that you're definitely going to shell out some cash. Number 4, equipment and maintenance. This is where things can add up, really. Cars go a lot longer between service intervals, not to mention things like tires, spark plugs, and belt replacements. Tires can be especially expensive on motorcycles, running between $400 and $600 for a set. And depending on how hard you ride, you may have to change at least the rear tire every 3,000 miles or so. Chains and drive belts needed occasional replacing, and those can be bought from between $140 and $250. Maintenance intervals can run anywhere between 5,000 to 20,000 miles depending on the motorcycle, but if there's a valve adjustment involved, expect to pay anywhere between $800 and $1,500. You writing all this down? You good? Okay. Add in regular oil change, chain maintenance, and various other odd ends, and you ride often, you can expect to drop at least $1,000 a year on maintenance. Alright, adding on to that, we've got gear at number 3. At the very least, you'll need a helmet, which can run anywhere between $150 to $900, but if a helmet is all you think you need, you should stick to 4 wheels. The smart rider who values his skin also wears a motor jacket, preferably high abrasion grade leather, gloves, and boots, all the time. And while most people ride in jeans, the truth is, if you go down at any speed above 15 miles per hour, jeans will come off like a wet paper towel. Protective pants are highly recommended. Conservatively, you should plan to initially spend at least $800 to $1,200 on new gear, which, of course, will eventually have to be replaced as items wear out. But then you gotta get that new stuff, and that new stuff looks good. The thing that scares people away from new motorcycles the most is number 2 here, it's price. Besides the better judgment, the price tag. And new bikes can run anywhere between $4,000 and $16,000 at a normal dealership. That's like comparing a Honda Grom 125, as you can see right here, to the Yamaha RM1, right here. Pretty big difference, right? But many other factors get considered when choosing a bike: size of the motor, use of the bike, color, shape, comfort, and safety. It's up to you to weigh the good with the bad. It's up to me to present you with the choices. Number 1 here is one that you may not even have in your brain, and that is, think about this. Why are you buying this bike? You better have a good reason for doing it. If it's ego, don't just go and do it because your friends tell you to. If it's peer pressure, think a little longer and reflect on the other important things to think about. If you have thought about everything on this list and still want a motorcycle, then you're ready to buy. And I can tell you exactly where to go. Right here. That wraps up the top 7 things to think about when buying a new motorcycle. If you can think of anything else to add to this list, feel free to let me know, but I think I covered it pretty well.